There is already strong evidence that can't be explained away in Senator Barry Goldwater's own home state of Arizona. The evidence revolves around an incident that took place in the Sitgraves National Forest. It was in this location that a young woodcutter named Travis Walton was abducted by a UFO. The UFO was witnessed by 6 of his fellow workers.
There were 7 of us on the way home from work. We were riding down a dirt road in a pickup, and we saw an object hovering off to the side of the road. It was a glowing disc-shaped object. It was about 90 feet away. It was hovering about, I'd say, 15 to 20 feet off the ground. I got out of the truck and went closer. I raised up and turned to go. And then all of a sudden, the object apparently blasted him with some sort of a ray or bolt of light or something. I felt a numbing shock and lost consciousness. And that was the last I knew until I woke up aboard the craft. When I saw this bright, blinding light, I turned back just in time to see Travis flying back through the air. He hit the ground about 10 feet or so from where he had been standing. At that point, with the blast that the saucer had given him, it was such an incredible thing. It was just unbelievable. I was in an instant panic. The guys behind me, somebody says, "Get the hell out of here." So I hit the gas, and we took off down the road.
Mike Rogers and the other 5 witnesses returned only to find Travis missing. After they told their astounding story to the police, they came under suspicion of murder. An intense search for Travis Walton proceeded for 3 days, using a large posse, dogs, and helicopters. They were unable to find him or any signs of where he was. Finally, it was suggested that the 6 witnesses take a polygraph test to establish the truth or fallacy of their story.
When I regained consciousness, I was laying on my back. I came to slowly. I was in a lot of pain in my head and chest area. At first, I thought I was in a hospital. But when I could finally see, I saw these beings standing over me, and I just became hysterical. They were about 5 feet tall. They had no hair, no eyelashes, eyebrows, very large heads, very large eyes. The rest of their features, nose, mouth, and ears were small, and they were very white looking. I knocked them away from me and jumped off of the table there, and they started to come toward me. I grabbed an object off of the bench there and threatened them. They stopped and turned around and left the room. I was afraid they'd come back, so I left there looking for a way out. I went into another room where there was a chair. There was some kind of a projection or some kind of a viewing thing in this room where you could see a map of the stars. A man came in while I was trying to find a way out there. And this was a human-looking person. They had passed in a crowd, this individual, and on Earth. He was bigger than me, taller, and more muscular, a very large individual. I went up and tried to talk to this guy, and he didn't answer me. He led me outside of this craft that I was in, which was apparently parked inside of a large room or a building or a larger craft, and led me out of this room into another room where some other beings like himself put me unconscious. When I regained consciousness, I found myself laying on the roadway, and I saw a craft hovering there that just sat there for a second and just shot straight up. That's the last I've seen of him. I ran down into the town there and called my family and they came and got me.